A couple of you have asked about some basic shading techniques when using a pen. So here I'm using a 0.5mm, just a standard black rollable pen that you can pick up in any stationery store. So one of my favourites to start with I call crosshatching. It's called a few things. So basically, the first thing you do before you start shading is you need to decide where your light is coming from. So for the purpose of these shapes in this exercise, the light's going to be coming up here from the top right. So the brightest surface is going to be the top. So there's probably nothing that's going to go onto the top. And when we start cross-hatching, the advantage of cross-hatching is that you can go over it in as many ways as possible. And apologies, this is probably slightly rougher than I would normally do. I just want to get the concept across to people. And then you could also leave some of these single tails that are longer, and really you can go over it as many times as you want to get the desired shade and grading. So here I've left the brightest section pure white. We've got some single hatch lines, cross hatch lines, and then multiple directional lines. So that's a curved surface. On a flat surface, I'm probably looking at keeping the whole thing very uniform, because the light or lack of light on this particular side is not going to be very high, and it's going to be uniform because the whole surface is completely flat. So again, you're just deciding to shade as uniformly as possible. And then on this side, again, maybe we'll do just a little bit of cross-hatching at the bottom to emphasize that it's a lighter, and on the top, basically very little. In terms of a circle, more complex, but again, you are really just using the technique and finding your feet. Cross-hatching again as many ways as you would like to give it that feel. So again, here I'm doing 3 ways, but again, you can just keep going until you've got the depth of shade that you're looking for in your object. Here on this particular tube, again with the light coming in from the top right, if we're doing cross-hatching in multiple ways, then look for the darkest spots that are hidden away from the light. Like this here, so you work out where it's going, and then you can begin cross-hatching to create some depth. Excuse me. And again, as we've said, the more ways you want to do it, the greater the depth and the greater the colour. In fact, with the baseline, you can actually add a solid bit of colour as well, solid bit of black, to emphasize that that is the furthest away from the light. So hopefully you can see that it's starting to give this object a little bit of shape. And again, I can just fill in the base of that. These are quite rough, but the whole idea is just to give you some basic ideas about cross-hatching. Now we've got space here, and I'll come back again and we'll do another technique a little bit later. Thanks for watching.